Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about my, I was going to say summer favorites, about my September favorites. And we're in October now, but this is how I roll sometimes. A little bit late, but still here for you guys. So the first thing you'll notice is that I'm in my bedroom and we have some new art behind our bed over here. I had told Nick when we moved into this apartment that I didn't want to make any holes in the walls because we made a ton of holes in the walls in our last apartment and it was a pain. And it only took me 9 or 10 days, actually like 7 days because it's been up for a while now, to break that promise that I made to myself, because we put this on the wall with a bunch of little tacks, but it looks so cool and the holes from the tacks are really small, so hopefully it'll be okay. But I'm still kind of figuring out my filming setup in this new space, so bear with me. I think I like this, but I guess I'll see when I edit this video how good it really looks. So with all that being said, let's hop into my favorites. At the end of September, I was really lucky to be able to tag along with Nick to a health conference. He was going there for work and I was there just because I was there. It was called the Longevity Conference, and I was really stoked to be able to go to this conference because one of my favorite people in the natural health world was speaking there. Her name is Nadine Artemis, and she and her husband own the natural skincare company Living Libations. So like I said, she's one of my heroes in the natural health world. She spoke a lot about the science of skincare and about oil cleansing and about how what you put in your body has so much to do with the health of your body, obviously, and your skin. I was also able to check out Living Libations at this conference because they were a vendor there. And that was so fun for me because with things like cosmetics or skincare, I have a really hard time with buying things online because I like to smell them and feel them on my skin and talk to someone who's really knowledgeable about the products. So I totally got that at this conference. There were a lot of products that I would have loved taking home with me, but I only took one because I had run out of face wash and was in the market for a new product. I picked up this Sandalwood Best Skin Ever, and what really drew me to this product in particular was that it's 3 products in one. You can wash, cleanse, and moisturize with it. And as someone who is into not having a ton of products laying around my bathroom, I love things that I can use in multiple ways. So this ticked that box for me for sure. I've been using it only for about a week and a half, but I'm including it in this video because I can tell already that I'm going to be keeping this around for the long haul. It's done amazing things for my skin, like I said, already in this short period of time. So I wanted to share it with you guys. I'm able to remove all my makeup with it, and then with a warm washcloth, I sort of massage it into my skin. Sometimes I'll rinse it, and sometimes if my skin's feeling extra dry, I'll just kind of leave it on my face. Another thing that drew me to this brand in particular is that they don't use any fillers in their product. So when you buy a traditional moisturizer from the store, it's going to be made of mostly water and then maybe some emulsifiers and probably some fragrance and preservatives. And then once you get to the end of the ingredient list, you might have some essential oils or, nut oils or whatever. And so when you're slathering that on your face, you're not getting the full benefits of the essential oil or, active ingredients because you have all the other fillers in front of it. But with this stuff, there aren't any fillers. I'll read you guys the ingredients really quick. Jojoba, sandalwood nut oil, sandalwood, frankincense, chamomile, pomarosa, thyme, yarrow, chamomile, lemon, and blood orange. So as you can tell, those are all really nourishing ingredients for your skin, and your skin's just gonna drink it up. So that's why I love this product. I'm excited to keep using it, and I wanted to ask you guys if any of you have used Living Libations before, and if so, what your favorite product is, because I like to get information about products before I buy them. I've heard the Sea Buckthorn Best Skin Ever is really amazing, and I've also heard great things about one of their dental care products. I can't remember the name, but it's basically an essential oil blend that you can put on your floss to kind of jazz up your flossing routine, I guess. I don't know. I'm interested in that though, so maybe I'll try that one next, but please leave your comments below. My next favorite that I wanted to share with you guys is actually a documentary. Nick and I went to go see the Beatles documentary called 8 Days a Week in September, and we both loved it. We were just like, oh, loved it so much. I just have always loved the Beatles, and it was so interesting to see this documentary because there's so much footage that I'd never seen before. I really love, I loved and love being able to just see them talk. I don't know if that's weird or not. I don't know.
Why do they scream? I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
But just to kind of see their mannerisms and see how they interact with each other.
What about the reports that you guys are nothing but a bunch of British Elvis Presley?
It's not true. It's not true.
The documentary covers 1962 to 1966, which were the years they were actively touring. I would have to say my favorite parts of this documentary were the parts of them when they were in the studio recording. So it was just so cool to see them and hear them like kind of like do a riff of a song and then say like, oh yeah, that's awesome, or that's fab, you know, like, is this right? Like, how does this sound or whatever? And they would be talking to their manager, who was 27 years old when all this was happening. Oh my gosh, I'm 27 right now. It's just crazy. But just kind of that atmosphere was so inspiring to be able to get a peek into. So that was definitely my favorite, you know, parts of the documentary. There were also tons of footage of teenagers just like completely flipping their lids and freaking out over the Beatles and fainting on the floor and being carried away. So that was funny. I mean, it's just like interesting, just the Beatlemania. I honestly wish that there was more footage of them, you know, actively recording in the studio. There was a lot of it, but after a while, just like all the shots of the crowd freaking out got a little bit old for me, honestly. But even still, like, this documentary was incredible and I highly recommend it, whether you're a Beatles fan or not. I think that it's just really interesting to kind of learn more about the history of them, and just, you know, the history of that time period in general is really interesting. So I would highly recommend it. I'll leave the link for the website in the description because it's not playing at every theater. But I think it was done in partnership with Hulu, so maybe it'll be available online soon, but I'll leave that link for you guys in the description. I want to start including a capsule wardrobe favorite for the month. So for the month of September and still into October, my capsule wardrobe favorite has been my shorts that I cut from pants. So if you guys have seen my, I can't even remember which one it was in, one of my capsule wardrobe videos, I bought a pair of Levi's from a secondhand store, and they were pants and I cut them into shorts and I was so excited. These have definitely not disappointed. I love the button fly. I've been looking for a pair of button fly Levi's forever, so to finally have a pair is just so amazing. Obviously it's fall, but in Southern California it's just been so hot. It's still like 82 degrees today, and I hope that those of you that are living in cold climates don't hate me or think that I'm complaining for being in the warm weather. It's not like that at all. I just love fall, I think, because I don't really get to experience it that much. So don't hate me. But anyway, I've been wearing these pretty much every day. They're a really thick denim material and I like that. I think I accidentally cut one side a little bit shorter than the other, but we're going with it, you know? It's kind of casual California style, so just don't look too close when I post pictures on Instagram of me in these shorts. I wanted to share with you guys a YouTube channel that actually one of you shared with me several videos ago when I was talking about maybe cutting another pair of pants into shorts. You guys shared with me a video from a channel called With Wendy, and she is someone who shares sewing videos and simple DIYs. I've been watching her videos and just getting really inspired to be able to make my own clothes. This is something that would have definitely intimidated me even a few months ago, but I'm feeling now like it's something that I could do. So I obviously used one of her videos to cut my pants into shorts, and then the next one that I'm using that I haven't finished yet is one of her videos where she shows how to make kind of like an oversized cardigan with like loose sleeves. And I'm going to use that video to make my poncho into something more of like a sweater cardigan sort of thing. So I had told you guys in another video that I wanted to do that, but I honestly hadn't gotten started yet because sometimes I procrastinate with things, and I wanted to make sure I found or, you know, figured out how to do that before cutting into my favorite little poncho thing. So I was so happy when I found this video on her channel because I know that I'm going to be able to do this, and her instructions are really easy to follow. So hopefully soon, hopefully in my next favorites video, I'll have this new beautiful indigo sweater thing ready to show you, but we'll see how long that takes me. My next favorite I wanted to share with you guys was actually sent to me from a publishing company up in Portland called Microcosm Publishing, and it's this book called Fix Your Clothes by Rayleigh Briggs. And I was so excited to find this in my P.O. box, you guys, because it totally just goes completely along with the things I share with on my channel and just the things that I'm interested in my life right now, which is mending things instead of buying new things. It's a little small book. It's about 40 pages. Rayleigh just kind of shares some really simple tips on how to mend your clothes. And first of all, from an aesthetic point alone, it's so darling. It's all handwritten, and I love the little floral pattern on the outside, and I love that it's small because I can just, keep it in my desk easily and it doesn't take up a lot of space. I am not an expert seamstress by any means. I don't own a sewing machine. I have one that I borrow when I need to do big projects, but this really focuses on ways that you can fix your clothes without a sewing machine. So she talks about materials to use, quick fixes, and then kind of goes into, like sewing on a button, different stitching and mending seams and patching holes and how to sew on patches and things like that. So this has just really been a useful tool for me to kind of keep in my arsenal of things to fix my clothes with. And I'm really grateful that Taylor from that publishing company sent this to me. So thank you so much, Taylor. I actually love this book so much and use it so often. I purchased another book from Rayleigh called, I think it's called Make Your Place. And it's all about cleaning with natural homemade cleaning products, health things, and cleaning things. It's a bit larger than this book, but I actually I purchased it as a PDF. One, because I feel like it's nice to have things as a PDF, and two, I just didn't want to wait to have it mailed to me. I wanted to dive into it right away. So I've been really loving that book, super helpful. I feel like that book, and even this one too, would be great for someone just getting into this lifestyle of wanting to live more sustainably, or maybe someone who just moved out of the house for the first time. There are just so many great tips of ways that you can make your own products to keep your home healthy without harsh chemicals, and also keep things clean on the cheap. Like when you're making these things yourself, it's just a fraction of the cost of, conventional cleaning products. So I would highly recommend both of those books. I've been loving them. So that's it. Those are all the products that I loved in September, and I'm honestly continuing to love into October. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like it if you liked it, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye.